Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Pat Cosentino, the superintendent of Sherman Schools. I'm here today with Dr. Karen Files, who is the Director of Teaching and Learning in our district. And when we all began working in September, well, before that, probably July, we really wanted to look at instructional time and how we use our time in an efficient and effective manner. Karen has worked through this process and led some teacher groups and stakeholders to see where we can make improvements. So I've asked her today to join us, just talk a little bit about where we are and where we're going.
Great. Thanks, Dr. Pat. So beginning back at the beginning of the year, we did hear from a number of people that the schedule here at Sherman School was quite complicated. We had literally 5 different schedules that were running between the middle school, the elementary school, related services, specials. And we convened a committee early on that was made up of teachers from across the grade levels to discuss how we could really tackle in a small school, being able to, first of all, have the goal of having one schedule.
Yep.
It helps us in terms of our flexibility and our ability to work across grade levels. But secondly, we really wanted to look at priorities. In a school district, the schedule really is a reflection of the priorities. So knowing that we really wanted to focus on increased instructional time, having classes such as science and social studies on a daily basis rather than every other day, and being able to offer enrichment in a more targeted manner,
Absolutely.
as well as intervention, or being able to provide kids with really what they needed at any given moment, which shifts throughout the years. So the committee came together, and over the course of approximately 2.5 months, we designed a new school-wide schedule that started here in the Sherman School on December 12th.
Okay.
So we had, we used that time period before the Christmas break so that we would have an opportunity to try out the schedule, see where there might be things that needed to be tweaked. We did make a few tweaks after the break, came back in January. We've been going pretty much since then on the new schedule. So we've started to gather some additional feedback from teachers and from students as we plan for next year's schedule. And there's been a couple of things that have come up. There's certain things that people really like. The win time, the what I need time is really allowing us to work with students in small groups and provide targeted intervention for students.
So important.
Very important for our kiddos to be able to have that time in small groups, to be able to work with individual teachers, being able to have science and social studies as well as Spanish every day for a full-length class. It was an adjustment for some of our middle school kids, but I think in the long run, it's going to really benefit them as they prepare for high school. One area that we did want to see improved, however, is that being in a small schools are great. There's so many positives about it. But one of the downsides of a small school is that you tend to be with the same people all day. And we wanted to try to do some creative things to give our students an opportunity to flex their social skills. So starting today, our lunch and recess middle school groups are being mixed up. So instead of going only with your own grade, we have divided up our classes and we're going to have them mixing in the middle school grades.
Which I think is fantastic.
Yes, and it's really going to give our kids an opportunity to interact in ways with different kids that they don't see in their core academic classes every day. The kids will be finding out which groups they're in this morning, and some will go to lunch first, some will go to recess first, and then to make it fair, in 2 months or so, we'll swap it up and we'll let them switch places. We're going to see how this goes, and hopefully we're going to see some improvement in terms of our kids' ability to see other kids. I do want to say that this is not new at the Sherman School. The win time and the XP time that we currently have at the middle school, those kids are being mixed during grade levels as well. But this is just going to give them a little bit more time. In addition, we are starting on Monday. We're going to be doing a pilot with doing some mixed grade groups in our specials classes, in particular in our music classes, our art class, and in our PE classes. This will just give us an opportunity to see how the mixing of the grades at the middle school level works at specials times as well. And again, that information will be collected, we'll get feedback, we'll see how it works, and then we'll use that information as we create the schedule for next year. We are also looking to do something equally as creative and flexible in our 3, 4, 5 grades, where again, we have very small groups of students And news on that will be coming as well. But again, it will follow a very similar format that we're looking to sort of mix up those areas that are non-core academic at this point. So recess, lunch, and specials, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's really important to be flexible.
Absolutely.
As you said, in a small school, you know, there are limited social interactions when you're just with your sixth grade class all day. So I think this is going to be very beneficial to the kids. I also think it is a good model for teachers and kids to see, where you try to be flexible, you try new things. If things don't work, you tweak them. You get some feedback, you reflect on your work, you reflect on the model, and you tweak it and make it better. So I think that that's something we're very in tune with, especially our administrative team. We work very well together, and think we find it very important to collaborate and try new things. And that's what we're doing. And I think it's going to be beneficial for the kids.
Absolutely. And I think it's also really important for our staff. We are in a very small school. We need to flexibly look at problems and come up with creative ways to do that. And sometimes that means flexing. I can say our staff has been fabulous in working
Yes.
with me on out of the box ideas and how to tackle certain questions and concerns. It was a whole group of teachers that helped put together this scheduling change. So I'm very pleased to work with some professionals that really put kids first.
And when you think about our new strategic plan, one of our main goals is reimagining the middle school.
Yes.
And this absolutely falls right under there, where we're starting to think about it as a middle school, not grade 6, not
Right.
grade 7, not grade 8. Which, as you said, will prepare kids for high school. So we're very excited about it. We hope that this little video is informational and sends you some good knowledge about what's going on in our schools. We are working very hard to make Sherman School the best it can be. I thank Dr. Files, and we'll be doing more shows. So thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.